Hey guys, and welcome to my next supernatural reaction. As I have said before, I am really loving this season. I feel like I say that about every season of Supernatural, to be fair. You know, in all fairness, but I really am liking how everything is unfolding, but I'm bracing myself. There's a lot of unresolved issues. There's a lot of unknowns. There's a lot going on. And I think it's only a matter of time before it all boils up to the surface. And I'm not entirely sure I'm looking forward to that, because I feel like it's going to be really raw and emotional. And yeah. Can't wait. All right. Let's just get right into it. Oh. We have a Halloween episode. I thought the 2 episodes ago would have been a good Halloween episode as well. That's funny.
Remember last year? We ran out at 6:30.
Oh man, don't do it. Don't do it. She said no candy. Now you're gonna get killed by something horrific because you ate the uh-oh. What's in the candy? Oh, what are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, is that like a razor? Oh, that's so disgusting. Oh my God. A lesson to everyone out there. You don't you eat Halloween candy before Halloween.
More than you might imagine.
If someone wanted to kill my husband, don't you think they'd find a better way than a razor and a piece of candy he might eat?
Yep. Okay. From her perspective, that's a fair point. You know? But he's eating candy!
Really?
Well, I want to try.
Oh no. Oh no. Somebody's gonna drown. Oh no. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? I don't... I mean... Oh God!
Jenny!
Yeah, Jenny didn't make it. Oh God.
Oh my God.
Oh, she got super boiled. Oh no. What is going on?
Celtic calendar, the final day of the final harvest is October 31st.
Halloween.
Exactly. Dean Samhain is the damn origin of Halloween. The Celts believed that October 31st was the one night of the year when the veil was thinnest between the living and the dead. And it was Samhain's night. I mean, masks were put on to hide from him, sweets left on doorsteps to appease him, faces carved into pumpkins to worship him.
And the 600-year marker rolls around
Tomorrow.
naturally.
Of course.
Well, sure is a lot of death and destruction for one demon.
Was she the babysitter?
She told me she'd never even heard of Luke Wallace.
Oh, well.
Interesting look for a centuries-old witch. Yeah. Got suspended from school.
Okay. Oh.
Bring back memories?
What do you mean?
We should think.
Oh, Dean. Dean.
She would cover page after page with these bizarre, cryptic symbols. And then there were the drawings.
Uh-oh.
Detailed images of killings. She would depict herself in the middle of them, participating.
Symbols? What kind of symbols?
Okay. Well, I'm wondering, is it too easy for it to be her? I mean, roads are pointing that way, but I'm just saying.
Trick or treat.
Ah!
This is a motel.
So? I want candy.
Well, I think you've had enough.
Wow.
Who are you? Sam, wait! It's Christio.
Mr. Spooky's back. And, oh, he brought a friend.
Hello, Sam.
It's an honor. Really, I've heard a lot.
Oh, Sam!
And you, boy with the demon blood.
Oh.
Glad to hear you've ceased your extracurricular activities.
Let's keep it that way.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, Chuckles.
This was
Oh
inside
no.
the wall of your room.
Oh
If we
no.
hadn't found it, surely one or both of you would be dead. Do you know where the witch is now?
So this is about your buddy Lucifer.
Lucifer is no friend of ours.
Well,
It's just an expression.
yeah.
Lucifer cannot rise. This is Uriel. He's what you might call
Oh my
a
god.
specialist.
Ah, I know him.
What kind of specialist?
Both of you need to leave this town immediately.
Why?
Because we're about to destroy it.
The whole town?
This isn't the first time I've purified a city.
Oh.
There's a bigger picture here.
Right. Because you're bigger picture kind of guys.
We'll stop this witch before she summons anyone. Your seal won't be broken and no one has to die.
Give them time.
Wasting time with these mud monkeys.
Oh.
Sorry. Tell me something, Dean. When your father gave you an order, didn't you obey?
Oh, wow. Wow.
But if you're gonna smite this whole town, then you're gonna have to smite us with it because we are not leaving. So you went to the trouble of busting me out of hell. I figure I'm worth something to the man upstairs. So you wanna waste me? Go ahead.
Oh,
See how he
Dean.
takes that.
I suggest you move quickly.
Okay, there we go. We have time. I gotta say, Castiel, man, he really knows how to bring out the sensitive spots with Dean, with the dad comment. Woo! 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 Goodness me, he comes out swinging. Oh, was that the little kid?
Astronaut!
That's true. Oh, look, Sam looks so disappointed.
What?
I thought they'd be different.
Oh.
Angels?
Yeah.
Just because there's a couple of bad apples doesn't mean the whole barrel's rotten. I mean, for all we know, God hates these jerks. Don't give up on this stuff, that's all I'm saying.
Oh, Dean.
Babe Ruth was a dick, but baseball's still a beautiful game.
Dean, that was
Well, you can figure
beautiful.
out a way to find this witch, or you're just gonna sit there fingering your bone.
Okay, we don't need that comment,
You know
Dean.
what sheet it would take to
He was
charm
doing
her
so
with
well.
this deed?
Oh, that was like I feel like what Sam needed to hear, and that was really nice of Dean, because he obviously struggles
Tracy
with
used to
faith.
kill to char the bone. It's no big deal.
Oh,
My God, those are awful children.
There's a reason we were sent to save him. He has potential. He may succeed here.
oh,
You know our true orders. Are you prepared to disobey?
ooh. I mean the tension. Also, I probably would love an episode just dedicated to them. I'm curious, I am intrigued, and I'm kind of terrified. I won't lie. Ugh, tough times. Oh, look at that.
How sloppy his incantation was? My brother always was.
Oh no! Ah, the tricksters. Not the actual trickster, but you know,
He was
just
gonna
they're
be
tricky.
the final sacrifice. For 600 years, I had to deal with that pompous son of a bitch.
Oh, oh, follow your lead. Sam, what is the plan? What is the plan, Sam? Oh. Oh.
Whore.
Oh. Wow. After all she did. 600 years. Wow. Okay. What's the plan, Sam?
People used to wear masks to hide from him. So I gave it a shot.
Huh.
You gave it a shot?
He is now walking free, which is not great. Not you know, not the best success. He's around kids, going trick-or-treating. Again, not great. So we need to figure out something.
Might take more than the usual weapons.
Oh, see, I thought we were going here.
You said yourself, these powers, it's like playing with fire.
Fair. Okay.
Please.
Oh no. Oh no, this can't be good. Oh my god. Ah! Oh! Oh, I think Sam's gonna use his powers. But he might have to anyway. Like, you know, I mean. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Bring it on, Sticky.
Ah! Oh god.
Yeah. That demon ray gun stuff doesn't work on me.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh goodness. Ooh, they have got their hands full this episode. My
Ghost orgy, huh? Well, that's it. I'm torching everybody.
yeah. Ah, well, you tried the knife. Do it. Do it, Sam. I know, oh god. I'm okay. Oh god. Jeez. Oh my god. Oh my god, the blood. Ah! Oh. 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 Oh no.
Tomorrow,
Oh,
on the
jeez.
2nd, yet you brazenly use the power he gave you. His profane blood pumping through your veins.
Excuse me?
You were told not to use your abilities. The moment that ceases to be true, the second you become more trouble than you're worth. One word. One. And I will turn you to dust. As for your brother, tell him that maybe he should climb off that high horse of his.
Ah.
Ask Dean what he remembers from hell.
Stop. See, now you're a little pot stirrer. You're stirring the pot. You're a little, that's you.
Our orders were not to stop the summoning of Samhain. They were to do whatever you told us to do. It was a test. To see how you would perform under battlefield conditions, you might say.
I mean, the testing.
It's still here because of my brother and me.
Exactly.
You misunderstand me, Dean. Not like you think. I was praying that you would choose to save the town. I have doubts.
Oh.
I don't know what is right and what is wrong anymore. I don't envy the weight that's on your shoulders, Dean. I truly don't.
Okay. Well, it's interesting to note that he has doubts. Yeah, oh, there he goes. Spookster. Gone again. Okay. All right, let me say there is a lot to discuss and talk about in this episode. What's funny is for the first, like, third of this episode or something like that, it just seemed like kind of a regular case, possibly a little bit more, just a standalone-esque episode. And then the angels showed up and here we fucking go, right? Oh my God, I just want to get all my thoughts together. There's so much going on in this episode. And it's interesting to see. I mean, it's been fairly clear the gravity of the situation, but I think it becomes even more clear the gravity of the situation when the angels are literally like, we're gonna torch this whole town. I mean, that's just how it goes. That's just what we need to do right now, because we cannot have anything getting further and further closer to everything going tits up, basically. So, you know, I loved how, you know, immediately, this is interesting. Well, I think what's kind of interesting about Dean right now is he might maybe be kind of understanding what we as an audience, or I'll say me as an audience to not speak for other people, but have already seen as his self-worth. I mean, how many times have I watched, you know, him question his own purpose or worth or anything like that, because, you know, well, there's a whole pile of reasons for that, but and said, like, but you do save people, and he cares about saving people. I mean, obviously both him and Sam do, but he's a protector by nature. He's I will put the weight of the world on my shoulders to make sure that I don't know how else to say it other than like the people who aren't really deemed as important or are deemed as expendable. That's a better, I guess, way to phrase it, that he looks out for them. And that's pretty important. And I do think that Castiel sees that. With Dean, I think Castiel wants, I don't know, that last scene was really, really interesting, because we kind of talked, or they talked about what's right and what's wrong, and I have a feeling as the season goes on, it's going to get more gray, with a lot of different things of what is right and what is wrong. And there are, you know, especially in like a war, which, you know, I'm assuming this kind of is and or is gearing up to be, you're going to be presented with two options sometimes, and neither are going to be good options. There's no clear right or wrong, and you have to take the gamble, and you can't foresee the consequences of what choice you make. You know what I mean? And that is, you know, it's going to be really difficult for Dean. And I have give him 1 second. But I think it's also very difficult for the angels, probably more Castiel than what was the other angel's name? I know him from Prison Break. Uriel? If I'm wrong, I apologize. And, you know, they're obviously trying to stop this, you know, horrific thing from happening, but at this, you know, at the same time, as much as, I mean, I do think that Castiel is probably going to be more of a bigger picture person, and Dean might be a little bit more stick up for the underdog type of person, because it just seems to be the vibe at the moment. And I think that's good to have both working together. And I think it's good that Castiel can see what Dean is coming for. You know, as soon as it was brought up that this town is going to be, you know, wiped out or whatever, Dean was the first to sort of be like, absolutely not. Are you crazy? Like, I mean, that's not exactly what he said, but, and he really didn't want to hear that, like, a bigger picture argument or anything like that, because he's like, this is a whole town of people. And I think Castiel has some empathy for that, or sympathy. And I think, you know, vice versa, you know, when Castiel talks to Dean about the bigger picture, you have to get a little bit of perspective of how important the bigger picture is. He's kind of getting that a little bit. And I love that so much, that they seem to have a understanding with each other. Now, I do have to say, I still am guarded with Castiel and the angels in general, because I don't really know. I don't know anything. You know, you guys have a lot more information if you are, you know, have seen the whole show before. For those of you who have, I know there's a handful of you, maybe more, that are actually watching along with me, which is kind of cool. But you know, obviously you have a better knowledge, but you know, I'm still a little like, I'm a guard up a little bit. I'm like, okay. You seem to, I liked that last moment with Castiel a lot, because it gave a little bit, I felt like you could tell that he does care, and he is very worried about not hurting people just to hurt them, you know? Not just to hurt them, but to make them, like I said before, expendable. You know what I mean? Oof. Wow. And yeah, I mean, I think we're really starting to see that Dean, I think he's gotten a little bit, well, whenever it comes out what happened to Dean in hell, and, well, what trauma he went through in hell, and how he perceives it, and how he's dealing with it, and everything like that, we really haven't had too much. We just know that he is suffering from some sort of PTSD. Obviously, he recognized something with the masks and everything, and that, you know, triggered him a little bit. And I'm wondering if he is, like, trying to just ignore it, or, you know, we haven't really gotten a full explanation on exactly how he's dealing with all of that. And I feel like we might, at some point, especially just because, like, Sam knows now, which, like, that guy, Uriel, if that is his name, just, he's stirring the pot. Like, was that necessary? But I think it's because I'm a little just protective, because I know, like, I think it's going to be so filled with trauma. And though I do think that kind of one of the first steps of dealing with trauma is kind of opening up and talking about it, and you know, but, like, if you're not ready, like, you know what I mean, it's just a sensitive thing. And I just felt like that's not, I think either, I've said this before, I've said it many times, I think either Dean is trying to protect Sam, I think also Dean is trying to protect himself by not really revisiting everything. So it's like, anyway, you know, I just didn't like that guy was just, you know, like, oh, by the way, Sam. He didn't say it like that, but, you know. But I think Dean has really kind of gotten, like, a little bit of perspective on himself. I mean, he really did get, you know, raised from hell, taken out, you know, and basically said, like, you are important. And I think maybe in some regards, I'm not entirely sure, but he may be trying to embrace the stuff that he thinks is really good about him, and him being a protector is probably, I would say, at the top of the list, if from his perspective, you know what I mean? And I think he is a protector. He is a protector for people who can't protect themselves. It is in his nature. So it was just really beautiful to see him, you know, without hesitation, you know, want to protect this town and find another way, right? I mean, I don't expect anything less, but, you know, I'm just saying, like, this is nice. Okay. Everything with Sam. I mean, I felt bad for Sam when it came. Sam's Sam's faith is getting slightly shattered. Slightly. Very shattered, right? Did you see how happy he was? He was like, oh my God. It was like he, like, was, you know, I don't even know, but it's like a kid with like Santa Claus or something. Like he was like, oh my God, like, and then you could just see his like viewpoints of the angels get slightly, you know, just a little lowered, in just in the sense of he doesn't, you know, I mean, I've talked of it various times before, but Sam is almost always trying to do the right thing, and do good by people, you know? And I think when he was talking about, like, I thought that they were supposed to be, like, righteous, and in the sense of, because that word has kind of a negative connotation a lot of the time, but I think he meant it in the sense of like to want to do the right thing, the good thing, and the good thing. Like I think in his mind it like doesn't really compute that the good thing would not be saving this town of all of these people. Save lives, don't save lives. You know what I mean? Like it to him. I think in that moment it was a little, you know, more black and white than maybe obviously what Castiel is thinking about. And I just have to say it was hard to see his faith get a little crushed. I have to say that was kind of hard to watch. Okay. The thing with his powers. I don't know how this is going to go, but oh my God. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. I have a few thoughts about Sam using his powers, and obviously they are very worried about Sam getting really good with these powers, and I'm taking note of that, and I'm, you know, I got it, right? And I am very nervous that at some point it's going to take like a really dark turn. And I don't really know, you know, I don't know if that's going to happen, but I'm just worried that it will, I guess, because they seem to be so worried about it. And I would say with good reason, you know, the way that Uriel, though I wasn't super fond of how he was speaking to Sam at the end of the episode. Anyway, when he kind of said, like, you were so, paraphrasing, but, you know, this horrible thing happened to you in the anniversary, in tomorrow with with your mom dying and then Jessica dying, but you continue to use the powers of the demon blood, that blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was put pretty well. I will say, in that moment, I was like, okay, that's a good way to put that in a decent perspective on, you know, why Sam shouldn't be pursuing this. However, I do think that it is great that Sam is able to actually save the people and the knife just kills them. I think that is a good point. I do understand that we might be going down a slippery slope, but also in this episode, like, I was okay with him using, I understand that it's not, you know, this is where we're getting into our shades of gray area, right? Like, I understand that, you know, Sam looked like that scene was just, it was tough to watch because you could just see that Sam was in a lot of pain trying to use his powers and like the blood. And I mean, you could tell that he was not feeling it. And Dean was obviously looking on, like, I hate to say it, but like in this, like with this horrified kind of look, like he doesn't want this to keep happening or whatever. But at the same time, like, if he didn't do that, the knife got knocked away pretty easily. And it's just like, how many more people, and I can't even, you know, like, fathom what this, you know, what this guy would have raised if Sam didn't, you know, put the kibosh on the situation right there. You know what I'm saying? So it's, we're in this shade of gray right now. Because right now, on paper, right now, Sam using his powers has saved people. Right? It saved people. But there's a lot of talk of that, you know, that not really being the case as time possibly goes on, or if he, I don't really know. So I don't really know what I want. You know, like, I'm not really on one side or the other, because it does seem like you know, the angels particularly are like, Sam needs to not use his powers. And that, you know, like a few episodes ago where Castiel was like, you know, if you don't stop Sam, I will, or, you know, whatever, that's a little threatening, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, that last scene kind of broke my heart a little bit, because I felt like Uriel, just like the way that he was speaking to Sam, like, he's like, oh, you're useful right now, but as soon as you, like, don't become useful, or, I mean, he was basically like, if you step out of line at all, you're done. First of all, Dean's gonna have something to say about that. I mean, jeez. But, like, man, he said that to the wrong, you know what I mean? I'm sorry. I didn't mean, it was almost like I almost cracked a smile, even though it was such a, like, heartbreaking scene for Sam, because let me tell you, like, it was breaking my heart, because, you know, to have an angel, something that he has faith in, just talk to him like that, like, you're disposable. So, like, you know what I mean? Or, like, you could be disposable, right? But I was just like, Sir Uriel, I need you to go and talk to good old John Winchester at how good Sam is at, you know, not questioning orders. You know what I mean? Just the way he was saying, like, you were told twice that, like, you were told, and you need to do what you're told. And I'm like, that's not the best approach with Sam, I gotta say. And it is, I don't know. It's a little. Sometimes I feel like Sam feels really alone. And he already is scared, though I think, in a sec, give me a second. This is a long post-episode thoughts. I'm so sorry. I think he's scared at times. No, I don't think all the time, but I think at times that Dean kind of looks at him like he's a freak. And I feel like Sam's felt like an outsider a lot in his life, in some regards. And it's probably pretty tough to bear for Dean to kind of look, when he gets that, Sam's using his powers, hopefully to save people and doing this great thing. He's in an immense amount of pain. And he looks over and Dean looks like kind of like horrified, like he's a freak. I don't think that's what Dean's thinking in his head. That you know what I mean? Like, I don't want I'm not saying that, but I'm saying so I think he feels a little bit alone. And to hear even, an angel just say to him like what he said, that's not helping matters of him feeling like an outsider, feeling like people can't trust him, feeling like a freak, feeling like he's one step away from going to Cuckoo Town and like murdering everybody. I mean, that's how it's being kind of portrayed. And for somebody who does try so hard to actually save people, it breaks my heart a little bit. Dean killing it with the supportive. I did really love. It was a small moment, but I wanted to point it out. And this will be my final thing because I've been talking for God knows how long. But Dean's little moment with Sam where he goes, just because there's some bad apples, that's not exactly what he said or whatever, doesn't mean that all angels are dicks or whatever, or that you shouldn't have faith and stuff like that. And that was quite totally, I think, what Sam needed to hear in that moment. And it was just really beautiful because Dean, we all know, right? We all know Dean's not really a talker. He's not like, let's open up about our feelings and share things or whatever. But I think over time, and this is what I love about their relationship, but I think over time he's kind of really realized that just like a little couple of words of reassurance and will make Sam kind of feel a little bit better in that moment. And it was beautiful. It was really beautiful. I loved that so much. So I'm really glad that was a good brother moment. And I kind of need them in this season. And I always needed them before. Like, obviously, season 1 is particularly, they were really at odds for various reasons. But now they're like, I don't think they're at odds in the sense that they were in season 1. But you can tell that there's rifts happening. And, like, Dean is, like, concerned about the powers. But so is Sam. I mean, Sam's concerned about the powers. And then we get to God. I mean, it's just a lot. It's just a lot. And I like seeing those little moments that like they have like together being supportive and strong as a unit. That's what I like to see. That is what I'm here for. Okay? And I don't appreciate Uriel, whatever his name is, just pot stirring. Ugh. All right. Oh boy. Yeah, I feel like that's going to come up in the next episode then. Maybe. I'm not ready to deal with, okay, I have to mentally prepare myself. That's what I'm going to do. Dean, at some point it's going to come out how Dean is handling everything about what happened to him. And I need to prep myself because it's about to get emotional. All right. If you would like to support me on Patreon or subscribe, I would really appreciate that. But if not, I'm just so happy that you are here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.